Welcome. Today, feels like my shellac's dried up and it's nice and shiny. If you notice, you get down real super close to it, you can see it's got a little bit of orangey peel look. Just a few coats of that spray kind of did that. So now I wish to return it to all its glory and sand it down to a nice fine coat and put one last shellac. So I was originally going to put paint on it too, but I read that shellac is actually a very good coating for molds, so that's what I'm going to leave it with. That being said, before I put the last coat now that there's no chance of things plugging, I'm going to drill some very small air holes. So I don't think I'll need to right at the edge, so I'll go a little bit back from the edge. I'll drill the first one. I'm going to put it right here because this will be probably the hardest part to break, right along here. If I can pop that, the rest ought to come up because it's not going to wrap too far around anyway. So cross our fingers. Hope this works. There we go. Now that I've got those, let's put the holes where they're going to come out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. Let's see, it's gonna come and they're gonna have a thing here, so probably somewhere right in this area I'll put them. I'll run them to. Reason I do that is so that way when it when I go to hook up my air, I know which one goes where. So that's this one. I'm gonna give enough extra so that way I can pull it in with the resin on it. And we'll pull that right back through that way then. I could also just leave these hanging too, but again, you know me, style points, right? Let's plumb them in. Cardboard, there's my mixing tray. All right, so this is JB Weld Clear Weld. It's a 5-minute epoxy. So once you get it on there, you don't have much time. It'll set quick. Now as I pull it through, a lot of it's going to be kind of squished out the back of the hole because it's fairly tight in the hole. Some of it will be pulled through the hole to act as a glue, and some will kind of pool around the top. So let's see here. Now this end doesn't need to be flush. I'm gonna cut them all so they're all the same later, but for now, I just want them held in there. And like I said, they don't have to be flush. They don't have to be that clean because there's not gonna be any fiberglass on this part. So I'll try to make sure we got some all around them. And then let's pull that slack up out of there. Yes. Same here. Do it for all of them. And like I said, I don't want them to be as long as they are right now, so I am going to clip them. Reason I don't want them to be this long is I want to be able to just pop an air hose in them, you know. So this long, they might be a little harder. Closer to here, they won't have much play, so I'll be able to pop the air nozzle in there real easily. They're a little shorter. Probably come up here with a razor later and clean them up. Alright, so now while this resin is, the 5mm epoxy is curing, I'm going to start sanding. I'm using the same worn 320 disc that I used yesterday to get all the high stuff off. Alright, so I got it sanded all nice and slick now. I got all these tubes sanded smooth with it. Let's do one last final set of coats on this. I'm gonna do at least one. I might do two, not 100% yet. All right, now there's one more thing I want to do to make a nice mold, and that means it needs a strong base, so I'm working with it, it doesn't tip. So in order to do that, I'm playing this down so that it's too thin to fill the center, it's too thick to double up in there. So I want to just sand it down, or I mean, I just want to plane it down until it's the right thickness where I can stack two inside it, lay it up with some glue, and screw a base and glue a base to the bottom. So let's plane it. All right, we're at 1.17, so I should be able to double this up and put it in there. All right, let's make the first end piece. All right, I figure probably about that'll be good. Now, like I said, the act is a stop, so I won't put it all the way in. Let's do the same thing here. All right, and there we got it. So that's gonna be my mold. Now I'll let it just sit there, let that glue dry, let this dry. Probably in about, I'll probably let it dry for the whole next week, just to make sure it's super dry when I go to start working with it. Mainly this coat of shellac. I want that to be super dry. This should be ready now. So once it all dries up completely, on my next off day, my next weekend days, I'll be able to just come in here and start preparing the mold for the fiberglass and laying it up. So we're getting there. See you next time.